Okay. Wow. So we are back today. I did not expect at all things to go that quickly. Uh, I thought it was going to take a little while longer to actually sell all the tickets, but they have now officially all sold. So I'm going to try to wait a few minutes maybe for people to join in. Um, a lot of the uh, a lot of the people who actually entered are on Instagram and not actually um are not really on my YouTube that much. So I hope they join in or at least watch the video back. I will of course contact whoever wins um separately. But this went so fast that I am definitely going to try to do raffles in the future. I think this is a great way to, have a chance to win a doll for really cheap and a way for me to still actually get paid because I love doing giveaways, but sometimes it's kind of hard because I lose the money from whatever I would have sold that doll for. So I think this is a great idea. Of course, people might be mad that they gave me money, but they didn't win. But the tickets were only $15 each, so I think that's fair. um, so yeah, I think I definitely want to do more raffles in the future because this went so well. Um, and yeah, I just really appreciate you guys and just let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in the future. If I do more raffles, like on a regular, normal reborn, not an alternative doll, um, just like regular painted doll. I think it would be nice. I've seen them done here and there, but I was never interested in doing one because I was afraid people were going to be like sore losers and try to go and claim their money back. That was always a concern of mine, but I know the people who entered, um, and I'm pretty sure they won't try to do that to me because that would really suck. But anyway, so I am going to now that people are here, it's going to be really quick because it's a random number generator. So you guys know that I'm not like cheating and picking the names. Here are all the people who entered, and here are all their numbers that they purchased. Um, yeah. So here's the list, and without further ado, I'm just gonna hit the number generator. I haven't hit anything yet. This is just what comes up when you do random number generator. So I'm gonna hit the number, and yeah, I can stay live with you guys while I do a layer of paint or whatever. If you guys want me to stay live, I can definitely just hang out. It's Halloween. I've done all my festivities that I wanted to do today, so now I'm just painting, trying to you know catch up because I worked all weekend. But anyway, I'm chatting too much. So we got it set from 1 to 10. So here we go. The number is 4. Wow, that is so funny that that person won. So Lee Gideon is actually on YouTube, and that was the only number they purchased. So that was pretty cool that they actually won. So it shows you the random number generator really does work. So that's pretty cool. Congratulations, Lee is actually here. So Lee, just make sure you send me your complete shipping address. Shipping should be 20. But you won. I'm so excited for you. That was a pretty you had a 1 out of 10 chance basically, so that's pretty cool that you actually won. So that's a good thing about like generators and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. Yeah. Uh that is pretty much like what I wanted to say, but I can flip the camera around now to me. Oh, I'm in my painting room, my studio slash the nursery. I can show you guys. I haven't posted pictures of him yet, but I can show you guys Kier and his little outfit. It's not Halloween, but it's like fall. I didn't really do anything like Halloween costumes for him. Because he's little, he's a newborn size, and I didn't see any costumes in his size that I liked. Like my job or any of the shops really. I didn't like any of the little outfits or um like costume they had. So yeah, I didn't get him anything specifically for Halloween, but he's wearing the lighting looks so weird on my phone camera. Anyway, he's wearing like a little romper that has apples all over it, so that's really cute. And I thought that when I take pictures of him, I'll put a little pumpkin hat on him and call it a day. But yeah, so he's hanging out in the crib, which I still have not painted or done anything. The giveaway baby's also in the crib. He's like, well, not the giveaway, the raffle baby. He's chilling right there. But I need to like my painting room, my whole apartment actually is quite a bit of a mess right now because I just have not literally had any time to stop and like do a thorough clean and organize recently. But that's neither here nor there. Um, I just haven't had time. But I have been trying to catch up on customs. I graduate, as people are must be aware by now. I graduate in December, December 10th to be specific. Um, so once I graduate, I'll have a lot more time to paint and live and relax before getting moving on to like the last few classes I have to take at a community college so that I can apply for the PA program that I want to go to. Um, but you know, that's neither here nor there. But I'm excited to just have some time because I'm gonna take like a semester off before doing that. I'm just excited to have some time to like fully relax because I feel like no, I have. I've been in school since I was 3. My mom put me in school when I was 3 with like a Head Start program. So I'm now 22. So I've been in school every year of my life since I was 3. So I'm like extremely excited and don't really know what I'm going to do with myself to have like a semester to breathe. Uh, so yeah, I assume I'm gonna get a lot of painting done, a lot of work done in my apartment because I'm gonna be in this apartment for a few years, at least, at the very least for a few years. So uh, I'll probably get a lot of like decorating stuff done, especially in this room, the nursery slash like painting room. I really want to get some stuff done in here over that like um, semester that I won't be doing anything. Of course, I'll still be working because I have to make money. But like I said, I should be painting a lot more dolls during that time because I'll just be sitting around when I'm not working. Because normally, right now, I'm working, I'm painting, and I'm going to work. I mean, going to classes. So pretty much every minute of every day, I'm doing something or another. Um, but yeah, she looks a lot less uh, colored when I'm looking on my camera, but she actually has like 3 base layers on her. Um, and this, I'm about to do her last base layer. And then I'll start shading on her. And then my other custom, this is Jasmine by Thomas Duprat. I've done another one of her, so this is the second version of her that I'm doing. And then I'm also working on a realborn Joseph, the newborn one, the newborn version. This is my first time painting this kit. He has all his base layers done. Again, with this, how it's showing up on my camera, you can't really tell that he's been painted at all, I don't think. And the colors look very, very off on the camera. So you'll have to excuse that. But he's going to be around like a light medium skin tone, and she's going to be like what I call my true medium skin tone. So they have different base layer colors, which again, you can't probably even tell that they're different. I guess on camera she does look a little bit darker, but yeah. So this is actually a good time for me to update you guys kind of how I paint. Now I do paint. I start painting kind of similarly to how I used to on those like tutorial videos that I did a while back. But other than that, I have completely changed like my techniques. I'm always trying to improve. So I actually, oh, that's a good point. I'm actually trying a new thing with a doll that I'm making for myself. Finally, I'm making a girl for myself. This is Roborn Tessa Asleep. I have been meaning to finish her. I started her, like I did her veins and like a first base coat of her, and that was like it because I just been doing customs and dolls for sale. But I'm gonna try this new technique on her because the issue now is the main thing that I use in my paints is all sold out everywhere because of the issues with the factory that makes Genesis heat set paints. They have no inventory, so all the reborn stores also have no inventory of the paints or the mediums. So what I use for the base of most of my paints right now is Genesis thinning medium. So now that that's all out of stock, and I'm starting to run out, I have to find alternatives to um, do shading because Genesis thinning medium is what I use for shading in the paint mixture. Um, and so I bought a set. I finally bought this set because I heard people talking about it, that they use it for shading, especially for darker tone babies. So I want to give it a try, especially because I want to keep getting darker and darker. Like my goal, my dream is to do a chocolate baby. I've gotten gradually darker skin tones over the years, but I want like a true like chocolate dark baby. That is my goal. Eventually I will get there. I hope these will help me get there. So these are called pan pastels. They're like, I don't even know how to explain them. They're like chalk, not chalk. They're pastels. I don't know what else to how else to describe them because that's what they are. They're pastels, but they're in a form that they paint. They're like paint. They brush on like paint, and they have like all these cool. This set I got from Amazon, and they come with the tools to apply them. They're called soft tools, and it's just what it sounds like. All the like little pieces are really soft, like foam, and so they brush on like paint would. So a lot of people have been, testing them out and using them for shading because they paint on just like you would um, Genesis paint. And then people said they have baked them and nothing has happened. And you can set it with a medium, and people have said that they have tried it out and that they don't go anywhere once they set them into the vinyl. So yeah, my hope is, please, hopefully that works because I don't know what else to do except for I'm just going to be doing a lot of layers, because that's the only other way to do shading is to build up with just like a paint thinner, a lot of layers. So that's the only other thing I could do as far as shading, and that's going to take forever. So dolls are going to take a lot longer to be finished if I'm relying on just the paint thinner and not the thinning medium. So we'll see how that goes. But basically now I do a couple, as far as painting goes, my technique has now shifted that basically I do a few layers of a base tone. Depending The base tone of course depends on the overall color of the baby, because there's different undertones, like there's golden undertone and then there's more red based undertones, so it depends on that baby's intended color. Like she has a more red based tone than the Joseph I'm working on because he has more of a golden color. So I do like 3 to 4 base tones unless I'm getting a baby that's really light. Then I would do 2 base tones of whatever color. And then I do layers and layers of shading on top of that. Again, it depends on how dark I want that baby to be. But typically I think I do 3 to 10 layers of shading. Now that sounds like a lot, but because it's shading layers, it goes a lot quicker because you're not putting that color all over the baby. Um, if you want to know exactly where I shade, the tutorial that I use to know where to shade is the Brooke Nicole tutorial. It's available, I believe, still online, or I don't really know, but I got mine online. Um, Actually, no, I got mine from a friend, my tutorial version of her tutorial from my friend who is a fellow artist who is lovely. But I think you might be able to still get it online. If not, let me know and I can try to figure out where to find it for you guys. But it was life changing, basically. That tutorial changed everything. She uses thinning medium and she does all the shading, and it helps so much. It made me improve so much. But that's the tutorial that I use. So that's how I get darker and darker skin tone, is doing shading. And then when I'm finished the shading level to try to blend everything, I then do like a few layers of mottling on top of that so that it kind of tries to like blend all the light and dark areas together, so it's not so much of a sharp contrast between the shading layer and the base skin tone. Um, but yeah, that's kind of basically how my technique has changed as of now. And like I said, I'm really, really hopeful that the pan pastels work out, because if they do, that will save my life as far as not having to take forever to paint. If the pan pastels work out, that'd be great. Plus, like I said, that would open up a whole new like ability for me to get to that dark chocolate skin tone, because I could just mix the pan pastels together and do layers of that. And since they're like pastels, the layers will build up a lot quicker. So yeah, fingers crossed. I wish I liked air dry paints, because I've seen a lot of people been able to get darker skin tones with air dry paints, but every time, no matter what air dry paint I've tried, it never sticks to the vinyl and it just slides right off, or it like chips off, or I don't know what's going on with me and air dry paints, but I've tried like 3 or 4 different brands that are supposed to be for reborn dolls, and I've tried different ways to prep the vinyl. You know, I even bought one time the special like vinyl prep stuff from one of the reborn stores. That didn't work. I made sure to clean the vinyl like with alcohol and everything beforehand. So I don't know what's going on with that, but air dry paints and me just do not get along. Um, I think I just don't know. But another thing about air dry paints, what I see a lot of people who don't like who sell air dry dolls don't do, you're actually like supposed to wait for them um like seal and set for like a couple weeks. But I see people complete air dry dolls and just immediately list them. But like when you look at the bottles or the websites for the air dry paints, you're supposed to like wait for a couple weeks for them to permanently set. Um, so I that's why I also see a lot of people talking about how their air dry dolls, their paint has come off, because that the artists don't wait that time period. A lot of them, um, I don't know, but yeah, that's a lot of air dry paints. Not all air dry paints say that, but a lot of them do say you're supposed to wait a couple weeks to make sure that it's actually permanently adhered to the vinyl. But yeah, I would not like to do that. Like if I want to do it properly, a lot of the air dry paints, I don't want to wait a couple weeks. Like that's why I love heat set, because you set it, like you heat it up, and for the most part, it's gonna be very very hard to get air dry paints. I mean heat set paints off the vinyl. Now they do rub off sometimes over time if you don't seal it like enough, but it's a lot harder to get off of the vinyl. But yeah, I don't know. I guess there's benefits to both. Um, I can't really think of many benefits of air dry paints other than that you don't have the fumes from the oven. Um, I don't know. I have a personal vendetta against air dry paints because I tried so many different ways. Um, but yeah, so but it's yeah, it's been really hard though with everything going on. Like I said, with Genesis heat set paints, I'm hoping that soon they figure it out because things are going to get pretty bad and a lot of artists are going to go out of business if they don't figure it out soon. Last time I checked, the factory was saying that they won't have new inventory until 2022. Now, that being said, that's like a month away. So hopefully they are serious about that because I can wait one more month. Like that'll be fine because I can't believe it. But guys, it's Halloween, which means it's literally the last day of October. And yeah, that's crazy, you guys. I don't know about y'all, but this year has like blown by really fast for me. I It's really shocking to me that we're about to head into 2022. Even saying that sounds crazy because I guess with the pandemic and everything, I feel like I blinked and like 2021 is gone. Like I remember everyone talking about how is we're going into 20s. And so now that we're about to be 2 years into the 2020s, it's pretty crazy, you guys. I don't like. Is anyone else feeling like that about this year, or has this year felt really long for you? Um, it's just gone by so fast for me. Like it's already, oh my god, it's already about to be November, and like here, it's supposed to start snowing. Actually, this week coming up, we have 2 days this week that they're calling for a decent chance of snow. So yeah, our temperatures literally went from like 70 to high of 40 to now snowing really quick. It seems like we basically skipped over fall, um, which is interesting because we had such a hot summer and it felt like the summer was never going to end, and then all of a sudden, snow. Which I don't mind because I like the cold. I wanted it to be super cold. And I kept saying that, so maybe I spoke it into existence. But it is definitely shocking a little bit. Like I need to wash my winter coat. I have one coat that's thicker, but I need to. I'm just rambling at this point, but I do need to wash my other winter coat, my thicker one, now that it's supposed to snow. So yeah, I just did another lay on her head just to show you guys, but basically that's what I do. Like I explained, and if you want to go back and understand what I just spoke about my new technique and how that's changed. So before I started doing, I never did shading. I would only do one color, well, basically one color throughout the entire painting of the doll. And my dolls were a lot more one dimensional, like flat, because they were literally one color, which is not great. I mean, I would do some different washes, but they were all like flat. Um, and yeah, so that's basically what has changed since then. Now that I add on shading, it adds a lot more dimension, a lot more. The light hits them differently, because with real people, we aren't all just one flat color. So that's a big difference. When you're painting, you want to be obviously more realistic, and so that's just more realistic to just not do one flat color when you're painting a reborn. So yeah, that's one of the things that I learned from the Brooke Nicole tutorial, and it stuck with me. I don't do all the steps that she does because she does so many steps that I just found it not necessary at this point in my painting to do all the steps. Once I have more time, when I graduate, like I said, I'll probably start doing more steps and see how that looks if I've actually followed the tutorial from start to finish and see how that looks different. See if I like that look or if I want to go back to what I'm doing now, which is like a middle point between how I used to paint and how she paints. Because I also don't want my dolls to look exactly like hers. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say. And again, congrats to the winner. Uh, and I will be shipping out that baby, if not tomorrow, probably Tuesday at the latest. Um, I'm gonna shoot for tomorrow, but if I can't get them packed up tonight because I'm trying to do all these paintings and things I'm doing for the rest of the night, I will definitely get them out Tuesday for sure. Um, but yeah, thank you guys so much for participating. Again, so unexpected. That went by so fast. I will definitely do more in the future with regular reborns. Obviously, there's going to be more tickets this time because I didn't realize it would fill up so fast, which means actually a good thing for you guys because that means the tickets, of course, would be cheaper if I open up more spots. So, yeah, stay tuned for that one. Whatever next one, I would think the next raffle I do will probably be towards Christmas just because that feels like the right time. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys whenever I see you guys. All right, bye, guys.